Don't tell me you're 19 years old and oh, you like big man. I prefer older men. No, you don't. No, you don't really. God bless the 1 and 2 will probably like big man for true. But at 19 years old, you don't want to be dating a 50-year-old. Really and truly. With what? And cheesy foot and the some of them. Or the one them will wear fruit of the loom brief. No, you don't. You want somebody your own age group. But a lot of times, they don't have any other choice. Because no mother, no father, no daddy.
No Vybz Kartel's release date. Has it been set? Now by now the news has started to circulate social media that Justice Marva McDonald Bishop is now the president of the appeal court. People I wonder, is this good news for Vybz Kartel or is this bad news for Vybz Kartel? Now one thing we can say, after the initial trial, the judge, who was the judge for the initial trial, after that, he was sent overseas to be a judge in some other country. After Vybz Kartel's case was appealed. And then, when the case was appealed, one of the 3 presiding judges of the 3-judge tribunal was the then president of the appeal court at that time. Not the president of the appeal court who is leaving now, who Miss McDonald will be replacing. Not that one. The one who him replaced. He was the one presiding over the appeal at that time. Now some people are saying, at this moment then, one thing for certain, the president, the now president of the appeal court, has the support of her colleagues. Because normally things like that, you have to be voted in by other members, other people within the appeal court circle. Now, if she is now the president, clearly them trust her judgment. What people have been saying, especially supporters of Vybz Kartel, is that while she's on no side, because a judge can't have no side, she has to be unbiased. When she present questions to the prosecution, then it seemed unable to answer them in a way that the judge felt would be appropriate for the situation. Now we can confirm if the defense gave more appropriate answers. Some people believe that. Yes, some people believe that because some people say when the situation was presented about Vybz Kartel's health and situations like that, even though the judge questioned the motion being presented, as a judge would normally do, when they made a talk about the verdict and how long they made a take for return back to Vybz Kartel and other appellants to give them news on whether or not they decided on releasing them or granting the retrial, they said they were taking into consideration Vybz Kartel's health concerns. So not because the judge did question what was being presented by the defense, that means that she never listened to it and she never knew it to be true. Now when the prosecution was presented, as I said, what the prosecution did say, them answer truthfully. Them say, oh, a taxpayer have to spend on certain things. A taxpayer money have to spend to deal with this retrial if a retrial is granted. And it now got cheap. But I think the appeal court liked that answer. Maybe it wasn't the best way to term it or say it. Remember, in this particular situation, what is basically happening is both these entities, the prosecution and the defense, are beg something from the appeal court. That basically take place when Vybz Kartel's case was appealed the first time. Of course, the prosecution was there to present why they believe it was not a good idea. But it was again up to the appeal court. But they made an appeal, a conviction, handed down by the trial judge. In another situation, I know the Privy Council has said what? They must overturn the conviction. And they must say they must send back the matter now to the appeal court for them to decide what is the best thing for them to do. The prosecution are begged for the retrial. The appeal court and them want the retrial. Don't get it confused. And the appeal court want a retrial on the Vybz Kartel matter. The prosecution wants a retrial on the Vybz Kartel matter. There's a difference. That's why the appeal court asks, what is really going to cost? Because they might think about it from the justice system as a whole. Remember, there's even a whole situation that takes place right now with a shortage of jurors. Even that has to be factored in. They want to consider war them Sunday. And just about how it gonna look from the state. And just about the Office of Public Prosecution's reputation or legacy. And I not about that. About what impact this is gonna have on the justice system or what they think about. Will this case be setting new precedents? Remember, as I'm tell you, in our previous video, there was already a case that was brought before the appeal court. And them decided them to let go the individual them and them now grant no retrial based on how long the man them is already behind the bars. Some people have said very similar to Vybz Kartel's case. He has been behind the bars for how long now? Over a decade. While stating his innocence and pursuing it. Or pursuing his freedom rather. Now tell me what you think. Do you think based on the amount of years Vybz Kartel has already been behind the bars that he should be released? Do you believe that based on how the prosecution state what did I say when the couple their submissions were made public? Some people have said look like the prosecution don't really have enough evidence. It look like this is something them want, but them don't really have enough evidence to really pursue. Something where them say, oh no, them actually have enough evidence to pursue this. They must say them actually have more than just enough evidence to pursue it. They believe they have a strong case. Something where the defense attorneys disagree with. But the problem is, they must point out the fact that Vybz Kartel, the murder conviction has been quashed by the Privy Council, but him still behind the bars. And the only way for him to be released from behind the bars is for them let him go. Now the prosecution said with a retrial, they would recommend bail. So they wouldn't have to stay behind the bars until them decide when them go start the retrial. But the people must say this is still not a solution. Because granting them bail while violating their rights, it don't sound like a solution to me. Most people see it as the opposite. Some people say this is just a way for the state violate the people them rights and then do something to make it look good to the public eye. As appeal court judges, they have to go look upon it from the side of how people will be viewing the justice system. That is also very important. While we don't hear people talk about it much, but it's also very important. That's why they talk about the court of public opinion. It is a very real thing. The court of public opinion is a very, very real thing. How people think, how people pray things. And sometimes while that is no remedy for the truth, for the facts, and for evidence, it still does sway certain type of decisions. When people are looking for evidence and facts based on decision upon, the court of public opinion now going to hold that much weight because they look for facts, evidence, just like in actual court. But with all the what take place on Jamaican island, much money them I say I got to deal with Hurricane Beryl and the damages to agriculture and all the different sectors. Does the country really have that money right now if we commit to another major trial and then pay back for what took place in the previous major trial? Remember, I said money is spent this at you. Money is it never free. The same trial and the same conviction that was quashed by the Privy Council and where the government now have got pay Vybz Kartel for. Remember that trial where they matter about, the state pay a whole heap of millions on that too. So the prosecution tell the state say you have to go spend some whole heap of millions more. Nothing the state want hear that. With what going right now, me not think nobody in the government want hear that right now. Then nothing they can bring that to the justice ministry. Or justice minister. Can't bring that to Nigel Clark right now. Them can't bring that to Nigel. Right now, Nigel Clark have to go figure out how they might give the money to Cartel. But them already win. So if we go spend the next big piece of food now, we're not in the finance minister upon that. But talk to me in the comment section and tell me what you think. If you're new to the channel, just pass through, subscribe icon and then the bell icon, and of course, put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you. Now, until the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours, I want to live, love, and prosper. I want to stay tuned.